It's classified, Tim.
No, it's people that are just trying to control, and they don't even know what the rules are themselves. There are things that we don't want people to say. There are obviously classification issues. We don't want people going out and revealing, secret missions and things like that.
I get that. But you know what? We're talking about people aren't even clearing fucking rooms anymore. They have drones for this shit
Correct.
now. We're talking to fucking dinosaurs in here.
Right.
This is no different than me talking to Don Graves about Iwo Jima.
Right.
Like, good job. You cleared a fucking house. We don't do that shit anymore. We have robots that do this for us. Let's still attack them for fucking giving up tactics that we don't even fucking do. We don't even have humans on the fucking battlefield barely anymore. Give me a break, man.
Yeah.
Like, fuck off.
And part of the problem is that the people that are trying to hurt these guys are ones that they don't really fully understand the rules themselves.
Yeah, because they've never been on the fucking battlefield.
There's that too. They may not fully understand what the law is on these things, what the regulations actually say that people can and can't say. For example, while you have to get review to talk about operational stuff, any military member can go out there and talk about their personal experiences. And so the morning after the verdict in the Eddie Gallagher trial, Eddie went on Fox and Friends and did his first ever media interview. I was with him, and it was Pete Hegseth that did the interview. And he talked about his personal experiences of going through this trial, all of which happened in a room that was full of media. And wouldn't you know it, within an hour, I get a call from the Warcom JAG saying we're thinking about charging him for having done this interview. And I said, really? Okay, what do you think he did wrong? Well, he didn't get approval. He's talked about, no. Okay, why don't you pull out the Warcom Public Affairs instruction? We'll read it together. What paragraph are you looking at? No. You pull up the instruction. I'll wait. Well, it's not really in it. Yeah, exactly. It's not in there. So you're threatening him for violating a instruction that you didn't even read before calling me up and threatening that you're going to charge him with. I read it first. I know what he was allowed to say, and I set up the interview so he could talk about the things that he was allowed to talk about, and so he wouldn't talk about the things he wasn't. So take your threat and go fuck yourself. That happened. And that's what happens frequently, but people maybe aren't able to push back at the introductory stage like I was. And so they'll call Pete Scobell and threaten him. Somebody may be dumb enough to try and threaten Matt here. They'll send threats to Chris Fettis. Tom Satterley, you called me up about him, that somebody telling him he should try and take down the interview from 3 years ago, talking about what he did in Mogadishu back in the 90s.
It's classified, Tim.
No, it's people that are just trying to control, and they don't even know what the rules are themselves.
I want to get somebody, Tim.
I know. There are certain things
just like they're trying to make an example out of these guys. I want to find one of these fuckers and make an example out of him. But what I want to ask you is, because it's my fucking podcast that is getting everybody in trouble. So it's my fucking podcast. So all these guys watch my podcast. And so what I want to ask is, for anybody who's wanting to tell their story or share their experience or document history or get their business off the ground or whatever their motivation is for coming out and sharing their story, when these fucking assholes come after them, whether that's their former colleagues or, the head shade of the command, what steps should they take? For the next guy that comes on my show and gets harassed by some other fucking admiral or general or whoever, what steps do they need to take?
I wish I had a better answer than this, but the reality is that the best answer is to get a lawyer who knows the system and push back. Now you're giving me an idea that you and I should sit down.
This could have been a better advertisement for yourself, Tim. I'm
not here to promote my business. I'm not here to promote my business. I'm here to help out a friend and a client.